Hey crafty friends, it's Elizabeth from BBsButterfly, and we are finishing the graduation hat mini album in a box project. And you may have noticed it's a lot brighter because I do have a new light and I also have a new camera, and I'm super excited because this is the very first video with this camera. So I hope everything works out well. I apologize, there will be some slight shaking. I haven't quite figured out my camera holder thingy. It's a work of art, actually. One day I might show it to you. At any rate, I want to finish the album part of the album in a box. So as you remember, we've already cut out our pages, and we have 6 of them, and they will attach like this, and it has a flap here with what will be a pocket, and then if you turn the page, it has a flap here, and then a solid photo mat. So we're working on these, and one of the elements that I have is just a simple flip waterfall kind of thing, and I've already cut it out, so it will sit. Let me clear some of this off. The plan is for it to sit on the page like so. Like that. So it's just a simple, you know, flip it up and flip it up. So it'll look like that when it's open. So these pieces are cut at 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and it's scored along this side at 1/2 inch. So that creates the little flip. And the DSP is at 4 1/8 by 4 1/2, and that gets us that cover. So all of the DSP is 4 1/2 wide by 4 1/2. Oh, it's 4 by 4 1/2. So that gets us the little, you know, DSP on those, and I already did that one. Then the next element was this, and I was just really playing around. Again, it's just like a little flip open thing, and I used this We Are Memory Keepers ribbon punch thingy. I've never used it before. I just got it, and so I was kind of playing around with it. So I punched here, and then I put some ribbon through it, and what will happen is that it will just be a little page like that, or something like that, and it'll just be adhered to the page, so it's just a page like that. Then the next element I was playing with is a mini slider flip thingy. And so the idea is that it flips like that. So it's kind of like almost like a Rolodex kind of thing. And I've just been playing with it, and I don't have all the kinks worked out yet, I don't think, because it doesn't want to fold all the way back up. And I'm not sure why that is. So the idea is that it has a little pull tab when it's adhered to the page, and it does that. So this one's actually too big. It was my prototype for what I was working on. So what I came up with is this is 3 by 11. So it's just a piece of cardstock. Cut it 3 by 11, and then on the long side you're going to score at 3, and then every ½ inch. So we score at 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, and 5.5. And when it's folded, it will look like this. Then we, you know, creased it on those score lines like that. And then I will have a little pull tab so that it will slide like that. And I know it's kind of hard to see. What you'll also need for this element is 5 pieces of cardstock cut at 3 by 3 and just a scrap piece. I have mine cut at 1 1/8 by 5. It can be 1 by 5, you know, whatever. But as long as it can wrap around our little mechanism, not too tight, but not too loose either. So it's just going to wrap around our little slider piece and be stuck onto the page so that it has something to slide through. The next part, is that right? Yes. So what we're going to do is take our little slider piece and put some sticky strip or double-sided tape or whatever you have. On these little tabs. Sticky strip on the fingers. So it's like that. And then we're going to, well, I'm not going to do it now because I haven't put the paper on this, but you're just going to stick it to the page like this. So the little 1 inch piece, when you fold your slider mechanism in half at the top score line, your little band is going to go around both pieces, and then whenever you have your pull tab, it will pull like that. We hope. That is the plan, at least. Is that right? I forgot how I did it because I did it about a week ago. It's actually going to be stuck. Okay. So the next element that we have is what I'm going to call my slider flip. So whenever you pull the tab, it's like a little Rolodex action. Like that. Okay. And what you'll need for that is a 3 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, scored on the long side at 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, and 5.5. And then you're going to fold on all your little score lines. Just get them all worked. And then you're going to fold it at that last score line, or basically fold it in half. Okay, so then what you're going to need is a scrap piece that is about a 1 inch by 5 inch piece of scrap, and you're going to wrap the band around your little flip slider piece like this. So you're going to need sticky strip on the middle of one side and then the 2 tabs of the other side. Sorry, new camera, learning the angles. So it should look like that on one side and then on the 2 tabs. Okay, so then you're going to take your band and you're going to adhere it to somewhere in there. And you don't want your band too tight, but you want it snug. Okay? And then you're going to stick this section down to the page. Like that. And then you'll put a little pull tab on this underside so that the recipient knows to pull it, and it will work. Like that. Okay? Then you're going to need 5 pieces of cardstock measured 3 by 3, and we're going to put sticky strip on each of these little score pieces. Okay? And I'm going to use 1/4 inch for that. So it's going to look like that. Okay, so now you have your sticky strip. And do it. I have to double check my prototype. You are actually going to need 6 of these 3 by 3s because I forgot. Yeah. So I need 1 more piece. And we're just going to stick these down to the little sections. Alright, and you just want to line it up so that it's not quite to the score line. Just like that. And you're going to do that to each one of these. Alright, so now it should look like this. And when you pull the tab, which is on the bottom, it flips like that. How fun is that? Alright, I throw these away. So there's another element. That gives us 3. Can toss that. And then the rest of them I'm going to make some things like, I have a new Tim Holtz die, and it's the, oh, what's it called? So I have the Movers and Shapers pocket envelope die. So I'm going to make a couple of these for some other elements. So we need, should I do it in black? Oh, I don't know. Let's see what I have. Actually, I think I'm going to do it a couple in that one, and I have that one. So I'm going to make it out of these. So, we move that out of the way and grab my Cuddle Bug. I need some new plates. My plates are looking really sad. So, there's that. And I'm going to have to cut these, but I want to make sure I have the right size. So, yeah, right there at that little score line. Alright, so there's our little envelopes. And we're just going to fold on these little score lines. this one goes down. Okay. So, and then we have all of our little dot pieces that we need for that. So that there's one on the outside like that, so that we can wrap our string around it. So it'll go something like that. Okay. And it might be good to cut two of these, one a little bit larger, actually anything will work, so that you can cover the brad on the underside. Because that's what you want to do on both the inside and here, whichever side you decide to use, but you need something to cover that little brad on the inside before you stick it down. Or if you do it that close to the edge, you might be able to hide it whenever you close it. Should be enough to hide that brad, just in the lip of the edge of the paper. So anyway, here's another set of elements for a page. And then the rest I think I'm going to leave plain so that I can do some decorating. And I've already cut out my paper. So for all of my pages, I have my paper like that. Okay, and this paper is cut at, as soon as I find my ruler, 5 5/8 by, I'm sorry, yeah, 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. So all of the paper is the same. So it's just going to get stuck like that. And I'm not going to edge these because this is like a black and white and silver kind of thing. I don't care that the white edges are showing. I just want it to be clean. So I'm going to stick down all of my paper and I will be right back.